How to build an emergency fund fast. Your car breaks down, you get hit with an unexpected medical bill, you lose your job with 2 weeks' notice. These things happen to real people every single day in Australia. And the difference between that being a rough week versus an absolute financial disaster comes down to one thing: whether or not you have an emergency fund. Today I'm showing you exactly how to build one fast, even if you're living paycheck to paycheck right now. And I want to be real with you. I know a lot of Aussies feel like saving is impossible right now, with the cost of living going through the roof. So I'm not going to give you generic advice. I'm going to give you a practical step-by-step plan that works even on a tight budget. First up, what actually is an emergency fund and how much do you need? Because I see a lot of conflicting advice on this online. An emergency fund is a separate pot of cash set aside specifically for unexpected expenses, not for holidays, not for a new TV, for genuine emergencies. Things like sudden job loss, urgent car repairs, medical costs, or emergency vet bills. The rule most financial experts recommend is 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So if your essential monthly costs, rent, food, bills, transport, add up to $3,000 a month, you're aiming for $9,000 to $18,000. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a mountain. And if you're starting from zero, it can feel overwhelming. So here's the key mindset shift. You don't need to build it all at once. You just need to start and be consistent. Even $1,000 in your emergency fund changes your life because it means one bad day doesn't turn into a debt spiral. Step 1. Figure out your actual target number. Grab your phone and add up your essential monthly expenses right now. Just rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, phone, transport, insurance. That's it. Not subscriptions, not going out, not nice to haves, just survival costs. Then multiply that number by 3 for your minimum target and by 6 for your full target. Write both numbers down somewhere visible. This makes the goal concrete and real. A lot of people never start because the goal feels vague. Once you have an actual dollar amount, it becomes something you can chase. For example, if your monthly expenses are $2,800, your minimum target is $8,400 and your full target is $16,800. Step 2, and this is non-negotiable. Open a completely separate savings account just for your emergency fund. Do not keep it in your everyday account. Out of sight, out of mind. If it's mixed in with your regular money, you will spend it. Humans are wired that way. Use one of the high interest savings accounts we covered in the last video. ING, Macquarie, or Ubank are all perfect for this. Give the account a name. Literally rename it emergency fund. Do not touch. If your bank allows it, Ubank and Upbank both let you label accounts and savings buckets. That label matters psychologically. It makes you think twice before dipping in. Step 3, automate it. This is the single most important thing you can do. Set up an automatic transfer from your everyday account to your emergency fund account on the same day you get paid, before you spend anything else. Even if it's just $50 a week, that's $2,600 a year. In 2 years, you've got over $5,000 sitting there earning interest. The amount matters less than the consistency. By automating it, you remove the decision entirely. You never even see the money land in your spending account, so you never miss it. This is called paying yourself first, and it's the foundation of every solid personal finance strategy. Step 4. This is the fast track part. If you want to build your emergency fund quickly, rather than just slowly over time, you need to find extra money you're not currently using. And I promise almost everyone has some. First, subscriptions audit. Go through your bank statements right now and find every recurring charge. Streaming services, gym memberships, apps, beauty boxes. The average Australian has 3 to 5 subscriptions they completely forgot about. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last 30 days. Even cutting $80 a month in subscriptions adds nearly $1,000 to your emergency fund in a year. Second, sell stuff. Every Australian has things around the house they don't use. Old electronics, clothes, furniture, sports gear. Facebook, Marketplace, and Gumtree are gold mines. Most people can realistically pull $500 to $1,500 out of their home in a single weekend if they're motivated. That's a huge chunk of your minimum emergency fund target right there. Third, cut one big expense temporarily. Not forever, just for 3 months while you build the fund. Could be eating out less, pausing one streaming service, carpooling instead of driving, meal prepping instead of buying lunch at work. A $15 daily lunch 5 days a week is $300 a month. Bringing lunch from home for 3 months frees up $900 straight into your emergency fund. Step 5, protect the fund. Once you start building it, the hardest part is not spending it on things that aren't real emergencies. So let's define what counts. If something doesn't appear in the real emergency column, it's not an emergency. Simple rule. Stick it on your fridge if you have to. The emergency fund is your financial immune system. You wouldn't drain your immune system on things that aren't actually threatening your health. Quick one. I wanted to be real about what emergency funds look like in Australia specifically because the cost of living here is genuinely high. And I don't want the numbers to feel discouraging. Find your situation in that table and write down your minimum target right now. That is your first goal, not the full 6 months, just the minimum. Get there first, then build to the full amount, one milestone at a time. Once you hit your minimum target, celebrate, genuinely. This is a massive milestone that most Australians never reach. You now have a financial safety net that most people your age don't have. Then keep the automatic transfer going, but reduce the amount and redirect the rest. So if you were putting $300 a month into your emergency fund, once you hit the minimum target, drop it to $100 a month to keep building toward the full 6-month amount, and redirect the other $200 into investments like your ASX ETFs. You're now doing both simultaneously, protecting yourself and building wealth. And if you ever have to use your emergency fund, that's exactly what it's there for. No guilt, just reset and start rebuilding it immediately. That is the system working perfectly. All right, final recap. 5 steps to build your emergency fund fast in Australia. 1. Know your number. 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. 2. Open a separate dedicated high-interest savings account. 3. Automate contributions on payday before anything else. 4. Fast-track it by cutting subscriptions, selling stuff, and trimming one big expense. 5. Protect it by only using it for genuine emergencies. And that wraps up our first 5 videos here on Aussie dollar moves. We've covered how to invest your first grand, the 5 biggest money mistakes Aussies make, ASX versus crypto, the best savings accounts, and now how to build your emergency fund. If you've watched all 5, you are genuinely ahead of most people your age when it comes to understanding your money. Seriously, if this whole series helped you, I'd absolutely love a subscribe. It means I can keep making free content like this every week. Drop a comment below telling me where you're starting from. 0, halfway there, or already hit your emergency fund goal. I read every single one. Cheers, legends. See you then.